Hey everyone, ZeroJ here with the XBLA Fans channel. I'm here to give you a quick taste of Primal Survivors. Like the name kind of hints, it's a Vampire Survivors-like game, except that you actually aim your main weapon and it's just not a auto shooter sort of thing. Almost twin shooters you like. You also have an active ability you can use, but that is different for each spirit animal you can pick. But as you can see, there are Primal Spirits and Cursed Spirits. These are two different game modes. This one's harder and actually adds debuffs to everything that you pick. It also adds this very annoying overlay, like red tint to the screen that sometimes makes things harder to see. As you play, you are collecting bones and you can buy upgrades. As you can see in the upper right, I have a lot of bones because I've already picked out my loadout here. It's mostly focused on higher damage, more experience points, and buffing the summons you can get. Like this ability here, if I take fatal damage and I have a summon, it'll actually kill that summon and give me my life back sort of thing. But yeah, let's hop into the normal mode here. So each of the modes here have its own difficulty or longer rounds. The starter one you hear, as you can see on the right side, has it's like everything's at 80% except for the player damage, stuff like that. And then when you get to these like long hunts, the time is up to 15 minutes and stuff like that. It's all kind of normal for these sort of games. Let's go ahead and just do a classic here. And these are the spirits you can have. So at least here, they all only have good buffs. If we went to the other one, they have like negative stuff like one less health or less attack speed, stuff like that. So the one I like the most is this Tiger Spirit because you get attack speed, and when you do your Feral Frenzy, you get extra crit chance and 100% move speed. So it's 10 critical attacks and super speed sort of thing. But I did the spiritual, the wolf one. The spiritual wolf isn't the best. It's just an area of attack that's really close range. Let's see. Let's try this one. Excellent. And then when you pick your weapons. So this weapon's actually really fun in the hard mode. There's a chance that it will explode and do more damage and a bigger effect to enemies, but it could also harm you. The thing is, though, nothing's actually gotten close to me because of all my upgrades at that point. It takes a whole bunch of the bones to actually unlock stuff in the other modes, so we're going to go with the rocks. So this is me. I actually have auto shoot turned on, so all I have to do is hit right trigger, and he'll just start throwing. If you look at the upper left, you can actually see my health. You can also see my spirits up there, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and I don't know what that did. And here we go. We've already leveled up from the gems. More attack speed. Actually, my favorite ability is this one. My favorite abilities are the summon ones, because you can get a little flying spirit that shoots enemies, a scythe, and then you can get up to 3 skeletal warriors who just, oh, perfect, Dark Pact. Who just kind of fly around and beat on stuff. So if you have everything summoned, you can actually have 5 chances at reviving yourself. And then after you kill a certain amount of enemies, you can actually you resummon the final level of the skeleton. Oh, there's the scythe. You also might see on the left side a little heart with a 3-minute timer. So if you lose health, that will actually just count down, and you can get in that heart will just come back. You also see these bushes over here. You can destroy those and you'll get you can get items out of it. There's also rocks sometimes scattered around that you can use as power-ups. There's one of them just like gives you a buff to everything, and it's crazy. So be aware, the reason I'm getting so much experience is because I actually have that stat maxed out, or the upgrade. No matter what mode you do, the max bosses you can have is 3, and once you get to the harder difficulties, they have 2 health bars, and their attack patterns and stuff change. There's a decent amount of upgrades, but nothing like tied specifically to weapons. You'll always see the same pool of upgrades no matter what thing you select. Oh, okay, so you dash with the eagle. I was standing still when I did that before. I thought it meant like fly over enemies, like the eagle flies and attacks the enemies. That's might actually be really good for bosses. Also, my pickup range is crazy. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So it drops my attack damage, but I now have 2 rocks. But yeah, like the max that one of these things will be is 15 minutes to get to the last boss, and then whatever time it takes to get him. And I've found, at least for me, I either destroy the boss and take absolutely no damage, or he destroys me and I barely do any damage, just depending on what upgrades I get. Oh, here we go, my necromancer buddies. So I have an upgrade that actually reduces the required kills by 50. For those curious, the first boss is a giant wasp, the second is a woolly mammoth, and the final is a gorilla. And you can actually get special upgrades from those bosses. Sadly, though, it almost feels like there are ones that are just, this is the best upgrade. Like for the wasp, like every few attacks is a guaranteed crit. Like you can do like poison damage and stuff like that, but nothing really stays alive long enough. Or the smaller enemies don't really stay alive long enough for that to really matter. Oh, there he goes. Go get him, buddy. There we go. Let's see, what do we want? Get the twister. Like, you can get some really powerful builds and just really just destroy the bosses at times. Like my most recent run, I had all 3 of these little skeleton dudes because it's only the boss. All the other enemies go away, and they just all piled on the boss. He was on fire. He was like bleeding. He was poisoned. All the kind of stuff, and he was just taking so much damage. Like I might be leveling fast now, but the higher difficulty levels, you can get like way more experience points and stuff like that. I think the biggest fault of this game is actually once you get to the second difficulty and getting more experience points, the stuff you can buy runs out. Here we go. Improved Necromancer. Because the most expensive stuff is unlocking like the extra difficulties and stuff like that. And once you kind of got those, that's it. The enemies don't change. Like I said before, you just get that terrible tint on your screen. So I'm gonna have maybe all 3 of my. I'm gonna have at least 2 of my skeleton guys by the time we get to the wasp boss. Iron Fist. But yeah, if you just stack damage, you just destroy. I could just stand here, but... Oh, there's my second buddy. Use my ability. But yeah, the exploding rocks, like you look at it and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna damage myself if I get too close. I never got damaged. Even if the enemies got really close to me. Oh, there's the wasp. There you go, go get him. I'll hang out over here. This character is a little slow. Only this boss summons enemies. There you go. Now his second health bar, which is a non-issue. It is funny because the skeleton guys track way easier to the mammoth because he takes up like 1/4 of the screen. Like he's big. Like maybe not 1/4, but it's a chunk. Let's do... I'm not really using my class skill. I keep forgetting. Like I said before, so this is the boss, this guy's abilities. Every 5th attack does double damage. Critical strikes increase movement speed by 20%, and then increase poison chance by 15 and poison damage by 2. Like, it's this one. I believe, if I remember correctly, these skeleton guys do 100% of my damage or 150% of my damage. They do a lot of it. Okay, that's fine for there. We're gonna go over here. I'm gonna show you the cursed one. So this is the same mode here, and like I said before, like here, like minus 20% damage. One less skill to choose on level up, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and just like, the elephant is pretty good. He has invulnerability. And then here, this is the rock. 5 chance to explode, dealing damage and burning enemies in the area. Damage affects the player. Never had that happen to me. These ones right here are like melee range. Possessed branch, I think, is still melee range. Let's unlock this and see how it works out. Oh, I can see this being an issue. Maybe not. If I can get that attack speed up. Already getting my dark pack. But yeah, like this screen tint, I hate it. Because there's an enemy later on that shoots projectiles that have like a red outline to it, and they're kind of hard to see while you're in this mode. This does hit hard. To get my scythe. But yeah, there you go. I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA Fans channel. Have a nice day.